Hello, everybody. My name is Merc. We're back playing Blueprints, day 18. You may be asking why we're starting on this screen as opposed to the title screen. It's just because I booted up a day immediately at the end of the last session, but ended up taking a break. Had a conversation with a friend as well in between chatting with others. So head was kind of out of the game for a little bit there, but we're back in. I was looking at my notes, not that there's much to glean once again, but just kind of refreshing myself, organizing them a little bit more. Not that there was much to do. Shelter. When was the last date we've took? Was it the mailroom? Where am I looking? Where am I looking? Do I even have a screenshot of that anytime soon? Recently? We were in the mailroom recently. It was 21 last time. I don't know if time is passing right now. We could try school again. I am intrigued about school. Is school wise? Not really, but it's interesting. The problem is it's not interesting for the first 4 or 5 rooms now that we found. And they require gems apiece. We have the gem economy for that. Last time it was proven difficult. Sorry that I'm overthinking this. We don't have a guaranteed shovel or anything, as far as I know. We do want to see how the shelter works. It's been a while. I gotta make sure this works. And we have a lot of steps now. I don't know if time is passing right now. We're taking the shelter. Is time passing right now? Does this count as a movement? It doesn't. Okay, so I can look over here. Next to this tree. Oh, because time has been passing this whole time. Because I had it paused, I think. So maybe let's set it for like 4 quickly. On the 22nd was the mailroom the last episode? I can't remember. Oh wait, we can look on the map. I was looking at this earlier in between. So, okay, wait. House history. Yesterday, we want to go all the way to the end. Did we have a mailroom? We did not. The mailroom was 21. If I remember correctly. That's when we got it. Because this is when we sent the letter. We got the letters. And I had that weird run where I learned stuff in the classroom. So this is 21. This is 22. And now we're on 23. So, set unlock date, November 23 at like 4 p.m. And hopefully that is not tight enough of a time where that's gonna be a mistake. We can also try to irradiate ourselves this run if we find a laboratory early. That is a thing that we've not a thread we've not pulled on yet. So what time does it say now? It still says like 2:30-ish. We can get closer now. So if this is correct, it cannot be within an hour. So now that is 2:30. When it becomes 4, that's an hour and a half away. We can go back out there. We could wait it out, but honestly, I just kind of want to get this run going. I don't know how I feel about spare bedroom. Tell me how I should feel about it, game. No item on the desk. A den. There's also the reading nook. Do we just take that immediately? Possibly. Always looking for keys. I guess not always. At the start, for the first 10 rooms, you should never see a key, right? Question is, if we take the library here, it's gonna probably give us a dead end with the bookshop. Which is probably fine. we want to do some reading. This will pass the time. We got a coupon book for our efforts as well. And $21 to spend it with. So Drafting Strategy, Volume 4, August issue. I'm the first person to take this out. Tools of the Trade, Guiding Compass, Glue, Grease, and Guts. This book was graciously gifted by Simon P. Jones. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so nothing interesting here. Taking notes with inventory. In the world of drafting, the tools an architect wields are crucial in shaping their vision and bringing their designs to life. The precision, elegance, and functionality of these instruments can have a profound effect in the drafting process and the final outcome of your project. That's why it's very important to choose the right tools to complement your drafting techniques. In this issue of Drafting Strategy, we will dive into the vast realm of inventory, bringing to light the many hidden tools of the trade that can enhance your favorite strategies and elevate your architectural ambitions to unprecedented heights. So far, most of these items are real, except for, I guess, the basic, like obviously this compass. These, like, smaller tools don't... Maybe this one's a real thing. But I have heard the legend of a wrench. From classic compasses and T-squares to state-of-the-art software upgrades, state-of-the-art, eh? The variety of drafting tools available to architects today is staggering. As we navigate this diverse landscape, regardless of whether you are a seasoned professional seeking to refine your toolkit or a budding draftsman searching for a basic set of instruments, the following articles will provide invaluable insights and guidance for architects of all levels. An introduction: the Guiding Compass. Gems. Items that affect special floor plan costs. You can't have a conversation about drafting items without starting gems. These valuable stones allow architects to draft special floor plans. The stopwatch. A more short-term, very short-term alternative to paying gem costs is utilizing a stopwatch to bypass any gem costs that you encounter during a frantic 1-minute drafting dash. What? The Emerald Bracelet. Of course, if you are wealthy enough to be able to purchase it from the showroom, this very high-end luxury item removes the gem cost of special floor plans altogether. Repellent spray, but why remove gem costs when you can just remove the whole room? Repellent spray can free you of that annoying floor plan for up to a week. That's interesting. Ivory dice are a resource that allow you to re-roll new floor plans while drafting. Items that affect drawing and the draft pool. Take a sip of water. The brass compass. A useful drafting tool that adjusts the orientation of floor plans. If a room has another exit, it will have a high chance to lead north. The silver key. The orientation of floor plans matters a lot less when rooms have tons of doors. Silver key all but guarantees your draft will result in a room with enough doors to ensure they lead where you want them to go. The gear wrench. The first item that can adjust the rarity of floor plans in the draft pool. Although it only works on mechanical rooms, it's a useful tool for customizing your experience. Interesting. Oh, we have seen this ornate compass, I believe. Another luxury item from the showroom, and likely the most useful drafting tool on the list. Ornate compass allows you to rotate floor plans as you draft them, allowing you to position doors to your advantage. Glue, grease, and guts. Okay. We might as well save this image here, even though at this point we kind of have absorbed this info. But it's okay. I'll save this info as well, because this info is a good reference. At least these on the right side of the page. Are they talking about the Lucky Rabbit's foot here? I don't know. Crafted from the depths of resources. Resourcefulness and innovation. Contraptions are makeshift creations born from the fusion of two or more distinct tools. Through soldering, taping, and a liberal amount of hot glue, inventors can use a workbench found in the workshop to bring together disparate elements to forge something far greater than the sum of its parts. Blind experimentation is often the most rewarding avenue for true innovators, but for those crafters who need a bit of inspiration or guidance, we've included a list of common contraption components to kickstart your creative journey. Okay. Uh, 16 total discs have been issued. It's good to know. We have seen all these. A few examples. Did I save the last page? I did. We already know about the floppy disk, so I'm not going to read this. I just kind of read it there. Tool tips. Tricks for itemized success. Stringing together adjoining hallways has always been the most straightforward strategy when using a hall pass. I remember there was some sort of hallway synergy beyond the few that we've seen. I just couldn't remember which ones in particular. Drafting floor plans like tunnel and secret passage are an easy way to set up longer chains of hallways. I've never seen tunnel. You can adjust the settings in the terminal located in the security to make security doors more or less common. If you have found a keycard, is worth changing those settings to high. If you haven't found them, you may want to set them to low. And we learn we can also turn it off if we turn off the power to them. For the endeavoring gardener, a watering can is a fundamental tool, but you know you can refill this item with water. All you need to do is find a faucet with running water, of course. Most screen rooms can only be drafted on the edges of your house, and the secret garden is no exception. You can use this key on any locked door leading to one of these room positions along the edges of your house. Any of them. If you have come across any fancy ruby socketed candlesticks, you may want to take note in case you find an item that can produce flame. These specific candlesticks contain mechanical triggers that are tripped when the candle is lit. Bam. Alright, so that answers our question. We definitely need that candle thing again. Word from the editor. Tools are cool, but they're only as good as the architect who harnesses their capabilities. As you finish reading this issue of Drafting Strategy, I want you to open up your menu and look at your inventory. Take a moment to look at each item and contemplate the true potential they all hold. The same potential you see there is the same potential that resides in yourself. For it is not the tools themselves will sculpt the grand structures and monuments of tomorrow, but the deft hands and brilliant minds of architects like you. Take another sip of water as I look at this. Well, not great. Trophy room would be okay, but alas. I guess we take study. It's not a bad room for sure. Do we have a reason of stepping inside? Cannot tell if there's something on the desk. I want to say no. Okay, we get rid of the hallway. This is looking real weird. I mean, we don't get rid of the hallway, we get rid of the closet. We got a key out of it, and a dice, which is going to help a lot right now. This is scary territory. We didn't get the bookshop. We definitely take the gems here. Actually, there's gems here as well. And we increase our star, which I undervalue. Beautiful. Diamondus Major. So next it's Dead Ends. Draxus the Dread. Probably Commissary. Making sure there's nothing left in here. So this is the Mora appears to be Earth, if you want to compare it like that. And there's one ring planet, one red one that's close to the sun, and then a big boy out back. Magnifying glass, which is what we asked for. Oh, this is like the most unique shop we've had in a while. Usually you can buy gems in here, but not this time. So what can we buy here? We can buy 3 things. One of them has to be magnifying glass. I feel like Sledgehammer makes money back if you find a toolbox. And the other ones are for steppers, and we don't need steppers right now. Oh yeah, I forgot we have the coupon. That's not good. This game's trying to kill me. We take Chapel. Visit the angels who we acknowledged last run. Was it last run? It might have been the run before that now, I think about it. Trying to think if we want any of these as we go. I think actually running shoes is just good to take early. Especially because we're gonna lose money now, but... Oh no, we have the shelter. Okay, it's fine. That's actually pretty good. Because we're gonna have to go in and out of this room often, so... Take the hallway finally. Then we take pool hall for keys. What about this way? Showroom. Secret passage. What would we want from secret passage? Are there any rooms in particular we're looking for? Not that nothing's coming to mind. Problem is we don't have any money. Red room, bedroom, green room, hallway, I guess. We don't want shops. We're gonna have keys. Is this the secret passage? They might be the secret passage they added. Let's take it, I guess. And then we're not gonna go in yet. We're gonna save it in case we need that room for something else. And do this. 5. 9. 9. 20 minus 16 is 4. 16. 12 minus 11 is 1. Times 4 square, so 16. Okay. That's not actually all that great. So singular silver key. Probably want West Wing Hall here. The garage is nice, but we need doors. Question is, do we want to go left or right now? Let's continue left. Special key potential. I don't know about this. Courtyard is not necessarily bad, but I'd rather if it was rotated. Corridor's okay, because we're kind of in a weird spot. And we would like to get more central on the map, towards the right. And then we don't necessarily need to go in yet. Let's check out this door. Let's just use a key. And this was actually pretty huge. We could get security. Get some money for the pantry to go back to the commissary. We could buy the sledgehammer that what it was? No, it was the sleepy mask. I don't know where I guess I was thinking of sledgehammer earlier. We have one, that's why. We have the gems to be able to do this, but I'd almost prefer getting more so we could re-roll more freely. We will start seeing key cards soon, though, is the problem. Not too soon, but soon. Let's just take the gen. Slowly losing my mind. What else is new, I suppose? Could take the dead end. Nursery's okay. Really nursery. Especially if we can go back and get that mask. Let's continue accruing resources. We have 3 doors anyway through the hallways we've been passing up. Then we go back. We just continue this way, we might as well until we find we have to use a door, or yeah, use a key. We just got a keys, so... Not a great passageway, but not bad. We do have the gems. We could reroll, but... Do we continue this way? We could go back. We have 49 steps. I think we go back because you want to. I think you want to clear lower rank rooms first, just so you can accrue more resources. So the question is, what do we want from here? I didn't think about it too hard. Another hallway. No, no. Probably not. Green room might be okay, but we've only... You know what? Courtyard would be good. Cloister not so much. What other green rooms are there again? Excuse me. Because it won't be patio, terrace, veranda, greenhouse, morning room, secret garden. It'll be cloister, courtyard, aquarium. Aquarium would be good too. Let's test my theory. Solarium. I forgot about that one. Special bypass cost. Ooh, I see why it does that sometimes, because you need a free room. Otherwise, it's you're kind of done. Big cloister. Oh, this is, okay, so we learned... I don't even know where you click there, but apparently you just click around. Oh, we don't have a shovel. We learned that this statue is Orinda through the apple orchard notes from, I believe, Robert Nagula. Just gonna double check that. Because he wanted to replace the statue. This one. The statue of Orinda. With the appropriate angel, Rinna. Okay. Rinna being like, I guess, like a gardener. The land tender, I suppose. And this is like the landlord. I don't know. Orinda, I think, like, that's a proper name. We've seen that before. Has that person evolved into sainthood? Is this based on the real person or not? Was the real person a female? An angel? I don't know. I mean, it seems like all the other angels are female. Not to imply one way or the other. But generally, it seems like a lot of them are. I guess that's not necessarily true. Anyway, let's continue. think we do security here. And then we lower the chance of doors. Which, now that I think about it, also increases the chance that... Safe deposit key 149. Where's this? Oops. There's a chance that that'll oops. Make it so there's more locked doors via normal keys. I'm hoping that's not the case. If we find the one closet now, we can turn off keycard doors as well. Got the boiler room. I'm trying to think of how far commissary is. It'd be nice to get rid of this out of the pool. We don't necessarily need to enter it. I can't tell what that is. We're not gonna... Okay, we're gonna go in it, but we're gonna run back. We're gonna get the sleep mask now. Wait, I thought we had enough money. Why did I think we had enough money? What is wrong with me? Wasting steps for no reason. This is a key card, right? Yeah. Okay, so now the opposite. Now we want high security for sure. Oh, there's the key there. It's funny. Turn that to high, because now it's a free door for us. Okay, now we go back to Cloister. These are all dead ends. Either way, we're using a gem right now, I think. Because I don't want to use bedroom. I'd rather use the pantry door if we can. Can't even tell if there's anything in there. Kind of looks like it. We're probably not coming back here. At the very least, we have a small amount of bedroom synergy. Now we gotta go through pool hall, and then all of a sudden we're restricted on doors. A little bit? Not really, a little bit. It's gonna be a dead end. Take the synergy and maybe an item. No item. And this bedroom's kind of disappointing. Rumpus room. Pantry. This reduces us to one door. Do we take another hallway? Kind of like, I don't see why not. Now we go parlor. Black box is black. I mean, that's true. The black box is true. Well, we don't know if that is. The black box is empty. We don't know if that is either. The black box is black. If the black box is true, then it's empty. But then that is also true. But that's also true. So that can't be the case. If this is false, then this is false. Which means the gem is inside. And this is true. If this is false, the gem is inside. And that can be true. It could also be false. If this is true, the gem is not inside. And this has to be false. Which means this has to be false. Okay, so I went through like all the permutations, I feel like there, and 2 of them gave me the conclusion that the gem is in here. The gems are in here. Don't want to kill the doors. This is pretty good. I said we don't have to deal with pump room and... But... This is also okay. I very much want to redraw, but we gotta save our gems. Taking more doors. What about this one? Let's silver key this one. We want to be able to get to the foundation. Not exactly what I was looking for. It's okay though, maybe? We can take the gem. I mean, plopping down the conference room is good. I always undervalue it. If we could find the office after that, we'd get mad cash. That is like weirdly relying on one thing. I think we take the courtyard or rotunda. Problem is this is gonna kill our gemicon. But this is like exactly what we're looking for door-wise. I think we can take this. And then we don't need to enter it because usually it doesn't even have items. Open up this door. We created a dead end unless we redraw. We don't need the steppers. I kind of want to redraw this, even though it's a bad idea. East Wing Hall is pretty good. At this point, I don't even know what I'm looking for. This is locked, of course. Walk-in closet's pretty good. We are relying on... The code checks could just gonna be bad every time I see that car key in there. I should not have put that in there. Where's the last item? Oh. Oh, well then we can't buy it in the map. I mean, I guess we have no money anyway, so... If we ever go back to the other rooms, we probably won't, but... We can get some extra steps. Get this pantry out of here. I'm looking at our doors. I'd rather not spend a gem. Kind of need that money. Question is, where do we want to go from here? Almost want to double back a little bit. I don't know about these hallways, but it is giving us access, so like I guess I can't be too upset. This room is excuse me, free, and then we get a proc on our thing. That kind of sucks. But I think we take it. These all are not grand. I mean, we're not too far from reaching rank 8. I guess we theoretically could have stepped foot in it earlier. Coming back for the dining room is not too bad. We don't need a door to the right. Let's go lab. We can look for an experiment. Trying to think of what might be the most common. If you draft a drawing room floor plan, have we even drafted the drawing room yet? We only have the one, so like that's only gonna proc once ever. And then we use some red rooms. But I guess there's still some more. Let's do this, and... I mean, we're looking for gems. We'll do that. Get money for using red rooms. Might not be worth, but we gotta try some things. Or rather, get resources for red rooms. Trying to think of what this accomplishes for us. Nothing really. Definitely, I guess we take terrace. Usually there's items in here. This time there was not. Oh, there's a shovel. Thank you. I don't think you can get gems in dirt, but... How did we have so many steps still? Didn't we lose half our steps because of the weight room? Oh no, because we're sheltered. Okay, so I think we definitely took the right choice. Also, we don't need to... We can't really go in there yet. Can't justify it. Alright, let's mess with the rotunda. And then the foundation is open, of course. We don't necessarily need all these steps anymore. And we can rotate these floor plans. What if I do this? Oh, it didn't really occur to me that that costs a gem. Alright, well, at least we'll see this.
And, as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin. You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara.
Yeah.
And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
I guess.
Yes. The fog is clearing. I see a shadow in the doorway.
He's leaving the nursery into the dark room.
Silent footsteps in the hallways. An unlatched gate you did not open. A missing item you did not take.
What?
I see a young boy watched from afar.
What? Well, I mean, I guess that's true.
A young boy who once was brave, but now afraid.
That's not how that room looks. Is there another room that's like that?
Here has been foreseen by the great Alzara.
Is there more in the tomb?
The dawn of the following day.
It did seem like a little simple. Maybe there's another code we can put in with the angels.
Say,
Well, we're out of gems. This run's getting a little spicy. Right, I was like, what noise is that? We don't need to go back for that yet. Usually there's at least 2 dig spots. Got a key. Once again, we're getting locked out. We need this gem. We're getting locked out of the right side of the antechamber. So even if we draft the Great Hall, it doesn't work. And then as a result, our other options involve the green rooms on the edges, and I don't think we can get those anymore either because we're getting locked out here. So this is GG again. We cannot win here, as far as I can tell. So we're just looking for new rooms at this point. Man, it kind of sucks that I can't get another win. I'm hoping I find some things that make runs more consistent beyond our allowance. Oh, did I enter 1228? Why is there a clear button when enter obviously clears it too? Or apparently clears it too? Okay, well we got a gem back at least. We're on Dire Door territory. Go courtyard. Okay, more dice. This is a pretty huge courtyard. Usually it is. We saved it for a while. Trying to think of like what we could even do with money. We are kind of looking for shops or vault or something like that. I'm like looking to see if we can craft anything, but nothing's coming to mind. We don't have the metal detector. You know what? We actually do have a lot of money now. Let's do the spread gold thing. Take money out of our workers' pay. We'll go to the network, order a metal detector next time, and then maybe we'll just find a magnifying glass because it's lower rarity in my brain, but it's probably not how that works. And again, we could be messing with the safe here, but honestly, I don't even know where to begin with that, really. I feel like the study safe involves the letters in each room. I will say this note right here is still a mystery. I don't understand why some are red and one is black. Running low on keys. Got the vault. Can't afford it though. Makes sense. We have the red room synergy. Must have got a penny. Oh, she actually had a gem. We haven't been to this room in a while. So we saw this this photo. So I think that's Hartley, the assistant. One of these two is the driver. I want to wager it's this guy who's getting into trouble for doing like moonshine smuggling. But one of these two maids is the head assistant, Bridget. And then the other one might be Kimberly Thompson. One of these is maybe Robert Nagula or the other groundskeeper. Oh, this is a statue of an angel. It's like the maid angel is Mila. That's pretty big. We done here then? Appears to be the case. What are we looking to accomplish? What can we accomplish? I forgot about the shelter. Oh my god, at least we can still do that. I can't believe I forgot about it. The time is gonna be crazy, and I'm gonna have to wait it out. Alright, well... Wait, if it gets too late, then it might pass midnight. We gotta go. That's so silly. I'm a little upsetty. I mean, I've waited out the time before. We're gonna wait it out again. Really nothing new again. We had 3 dice. I guess we have no keys, that's the issue. I was really hoping for a key out of the last one. Key or gem, I guess, but... Ah, man. This sucks. And we can go back to the dining room, but like, what's even the point? The run is over. I feel like these runs are not going as interestingly as I would like them to. I think we are still learning new things, but man, not enough. We're not accomplishing enough interesting stuff, in my opinion. What happens if we go here? Can't even buy it, right? Yeah, no, we can't. Alright, so what time is it? Because if it's past midnight, then it's already too late, maybe. Does appear to be like 8:30ish, so we want to set it for 10 p.m. and they're gonna wait it out. I guess I'm gonna take a break and maybe even prep some of my dinner. We'll see. Guess I gotta edit this video. It's no big deal, I guess. I can't believe I did that. I'm really hoping it's November 23rd, because if it's not, we're gonna have a bad time. Actually, we can look at the library book. That's what it was. It was the books. November 22nd. Wait, is that the date today? Or yesterday? Wait, this is the pump manual. Is it the 24th then? I'm so confused. Okay, wait. We're running out of time to do this, theoretically, because I don't think it's going to count the morning. Maybe it does. I'm confused. Okay, house history. Why did they not take us to the final day? The most recent day? Last library. We put the card in to get the library today. The day before that was not the double library. So that's when we read about the pump manual. And this is the cursed Swimbird day where you started the video in the nursery and couldn't make much happen because of the schoolyard. So, knowing that this is pump manual day, which is November 22nd, this is 23rd, and we're on 24th. Oh, we can just go back like that. Unless this is backwards, and not backwards. I mean, like, we have steps, so I'm gonna go back outside. I can't tell if the date on the book is the day you read it or the day you sign it out. I would assume it's the day you read it, the day you have access to it. Okay, we did cut it a little close, I think, but it should work. So, in an hour and 5 minutes in game time, which might be like 10 minutes in real life, that safe should open. In the meantime, I guess I'm going to take a break here for myself. And I'll edit this later. So stay tuned. Okay, hello everybody. We're back. It is now apparently 10 p.m. even though it looks a little before 10 on the hour hand there, but this should work. I sure hope so. Moment of truth. It is open. It's a gem and a red letter. Alright, so it's our first red envelope since the first video. Who wrote this? Courtney. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavorably with me and my father. Cousin Mary. And I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have harbored for these past years. Suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while I've never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 6 years ago. The circulating rumors of those months did nothing but further reinforce my convictions in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I'm aware of the cost my aggressively aloof behavior has had on the social standing of our family. I do not apologize for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. Last week, I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances, a conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all my father's countless fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under the cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe this may have occurred on September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing. A date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the Ruby Crown. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible, and the fact that 2 of the Crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive, safe, and finally free. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation for answers, desperation for hope, desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. In that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back, and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open. In that distant land, I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and absolved. Interesting. So this is a family affair, of course. Just make sure I want to put it in the right spot. So she believed that the disappearance happened afterwards. There was a public disappearance. But then during the heist is when she was removed. We have to go back to archives and read that book again, because I don't have that book on me. I should really get a copy of it. I could go back and look through my notes or whatever, but yeah, not sure about that. We'll see. So Courtney also doesn't like the red country of Fen Ares that we find ourselves in. There is discontent among the people, Courtney particularly, and she doesn't want to show it because her social standing of her family has been diminished over the years as a result of her previous aggressive, aloof behavior in regards to this. She had a conversation. To the southern seafront. Interesting. So the mother is still alive, but she's probably gone south. Is this a letter to Courtney or something? I don't know. Apparently there were 3 people in here. Okay, well, we're probably not going to see this shelter anytime soon again. We didn't even do an experiment, did we? Oh, we tried to, but we didn't get a whole lot. Probably needs to do like 5 experiments. Maybe, if only I knew about that during the allowance one. Let's set this like 3 or 4 days in advance. And 8 a.m. Let's even go 5 days. I mean, there's not much use. Like, I did 4 days, but what is that really going to accomplish for us? Not a whole lot. I think we call it a day. What else can we do here? Go to the commissary. Nope. No interesting shops now that we have some money. That's how it goes. We have dice, but no doors because this is locked. It was an okay day. We are flooding our decks with hallways, is what it feels like. We need some like hallway synergy or something. I don't know. There's also a lot of bedrooms. Like, the study was good. It was a good idea, but getting the rerolls for the gems turned out to be pretty, or getting the gems for the rerolls turned out to be pretty difficult. I don't know. Also, one thing I want to take note of, there's a ruby in each of these safes, at least where the letters are. We saw a previous letter in the basement. I wonder if there's a ruby down there too. But it would coincide with this supposed heist. Apparently there are 8 of them, right? And 8 red letters, so. And the red letters seem to be implicating something on Marion's disappearance, perhaps on Sinclair. Alright, we will call it a day, day 18. I kind of want to play more, but like, these runs have taken an hour and we're not accomplishing a whole lot, so my fervor is getting a bit diminished. I will be real with y'all. So, oops, I didn't mean to necessarily do that. We didn't get anything new there anyway, so thanks for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, click that like button, subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.